So, now you heard a little bit of what affected me when I was really young. And you may be wondering, well, still, hey, how did you gain the weight? Well, in my family, food is never an issue. Also, I spent a lot of time being raised by my father because my mother in my household was the breadwinner. My father tried, but it just didn't happen. My mom worked her ass off to give me anything and everything I wanted. I was a spoiled kid. A very spoiled kid. And I realize that now. Like, if I didn't get what I wanted, I gave a temper tantrum. So I basically got everything I wanted. Me and my brother were spoiled friggin' rotten. And so, when we went out, if we wanted food, we got it. My dad used to shove our face with McDonald's. Big Mac was my go-to meal. Chicken nuggets was everything I wanted, but my parents were like, no, too expensive. You can't have chicken nuggets. Take a Big Mac. Or take a Big Extra, whatever you want to call it. I don't even remember. Pretty sure it was a Big Extra, actually. Big Mac, occasionally. But yeah, I used to do supersized fries, supersized drink. If I wanted candy, I got candy. If I wanted to eat in the house, my dad would cook me something, and it always tasted good. And let's just say my dad was 250 pounds, 5'11". He obviously wasn't the most healthiest person. No one in my family knew how to cook healthy. They thought they were cooking healthy, but they didn't know. And my brother, being a beanpole, didn't gain any weight. And me, well, they just figured, hey, you know what? You've got your father's genes. That was what I got all the time. It's your father's genes you have. You're just this way. This is the way you're born, baby. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And I got stuck in my head. Yeah, there's nothing I could do about it. I hated it, but there was nothing I could do about it. So anyways, all through my life, I've never been able to have anyone teach me how to eat healthy. I never knew what healthy eating was. I thought healthy eating was like what my mom was cooking me. Veggies soaked in oil to keep the greens green. And pork, fatty cuts, good for you. Chewy, it's delicious. Eat it. Eat up, honey. So, weight went up. I've always been one to exercise in my life, though, luckily. My parents put me in tennis, basketball, track and field, golf. I know, it's weird. Short period. I like to hit the driving range, but I can't hit a full course. Don't even ask. It's not happening. Anyways, one thing that, I remember is in tennis class, I used to have snacks. This is when I was about probably 12, 13. My parents, for snacks, would give me Coke bottle candies. Junk food, nothing good. Chips, candy, dollar store, anything cheap and I got. And so, eventually, I got to 205 pounds when I was 16. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done to myself? This is disgusting. I don't feel happy. I feel embarrassed. None of my clothes were really fitting anymore. I looked at myself naked in the mirror and I was like, oh God, this is ugly and gross. I want to look like the girl in the magazine. This isn't anything close to it. I also got that way because I was dating a guy at the time who was thin. He had a fast metabolism, bodybuilding at the time he was. And he was bulking, trying to gain weight. We went to this place called Edo, Japan. It's like a food court place in Richmond Center. If you're local, you'll know what I'm talking about. Basically just Japanese quick food to go. We would get teriyaki chicken, and it's called sumo sizing, where you extra meat it. We did that quadruple times with extra sauce. Let me tell you, his bulk didn't happen. I bulked for the both of us. And I hit this point where I was like, this is disgusting. I don't know what to do. I cried. I told my dad, I was like, hey Dad, I can't be like this. This is not me. I don't understand. I eat healthy. I work out. I'm not losing weight. I'm gaining a bunch of weight. What did I do wrong? And so I told my dad to take me to Jenny Craig. Because he didn't know what to do because he didn't know anything about it. So I went to Jenny Craig when I was 16. They looked at me and they said, you're too young. It's just baby fat. You'll get rid of it. I was like, really? You're not even going to help me? I had no one to help me. I'm like, everyone just seems so okay with this. And I was like, this is not okay. 205 at 16, not okay. So what I did is I looked into enrolling into a gym. I've been with Steve Nash for 8 years. When I first started, I knew nothing about the gym. I was a cardio bunny for like, probably 2 years. That being said, a cardio bunny is someone who just goes on the treadmill all the time, if you're not aware. Or goes on a cardio machine and doesn't lift any weights. Usually this is girls. A lot of girls who are intimidated about weights, they just jump on the treadmill and they run for 2 hours. And they're like, oh, I got my workout in. But really, you need weights. You need cardio. You need everything. You need a good diet. So during high school, I tried everything. Fad diets, starving yourself, Slim Quick products, Hydroxycut, you name it, I did it. Any quick ad I saw on the TV, I tried to buy it because I wanted quick results. Yeah, all these things, they worked for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I gained the weight back. And I lost like 10 pounds. And I gained back like 15 pounds. And I was like, yay, I'm losing weight. It's all water weight. Anyone who buys those products, it's all water weight. There is no secret to losing weight. I'm going to lay it out to you with my channel on how simple it is. It is so simple, but advertisements on TV, they make it so confusing. Or people don't give you the right information because if they told you how to lose weight, you wouldn't go back to them. They'd make no money off you. They'd have no business. So it is so simple. The only thing is that you need to figure out your personal numbers. But anyways, back to how this is all transforming into the way I am now, is basically, I bought also a book from Fitness World called The Zone Diet. That was as close as it got to healthy eating for me. I went from 205 to 170. It was great, but it took a lot of work. The variety on that meal plan was just insane. It just wasn't possible for me to maintain at that age. I wanted to have a life. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to play my sports. And having to deal with weighing all my food, 5 different meals every day. Like nothing was the same. So it was great, but I couldn't maintain it. So I got off it. I held my weight for about 170 to 150, teetering all through high school, because I learned a lot from the Zone Diet. And then I became a vegan for 2 years. And vegan is like pretty much clean eating, because compared to regular eating, there's not a lot of food that you can eat. It's very restrictive. I didn't do gluten products either, so it was good. I did lose weight, but I didn't have that muscle look I was looking for. I wanted to be more muscular, and it just wasn't happening. I wasn't getting enough protein. I wasn't getting the right carbs. I didn't know how to combine things properly. And for the fact, there's a mosquito biting me. Anyways, for the fact of the matter being that I love meat. I can't stay away from meat. I just can't. I tried. I cleansed my body for like 1.5 years. I did it only because it started as a dare. That was the only reason why. Someone dared me saying, oh, I don't think you could ever be a vegan. I was like, oh, you just dared the wrong person. And then I ended up losing weight. So I was like, oh, I'll stick to it. And then I plateaued and I was like, I'm over it. And then, so this is about, right now, it would be, I'd say around 21, 22, I hit a point where I was like around 175, because I was meeting this guy, dating this guy for a couple years, a different guy. It's always boys in my life that cause me problems. Boys and me just don't get along. I need men, real men. I found myself a good one though, so it's okay right now. But anyways, I was in a relationship for 1.5 years, and you know how it is. You start getting comfortable. You kind of gain weight because you're happy with that person and you like don't care really. And so I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, I'm not happy with the way I look. I need to do something about this. I'm like a lot of weight in my midsection, and I didn't like that. That was my problem area, midsection, and I was kind of flabby around here, and I didn't want to be flabby around there. And so I went on to Instagram. It was something new. I didn't know very much about it. I was like, let's check it out. I heard a lot of people kind of talking about it a little bit. Got a little bit of research done in Instagram. And I found all these girls that looked amazing. I was like, wow, their physiques are insane. I'm like, I want to look like them. I'm like, how do they do this? This is fake. Like, I don't believe it. Well, what do you know? They post pictures of their food. they post how much weight they were putting in the food, like the ounces per protein, carbs, and fats. So what did I do? I copied them. I figured, you know what? If they look that good and that's what they're eating, I'm going to try it too. So I started trying it. And before ebooks and before all this like detox teas and all these false advertisements that are floating like crazy around Instagram, people used to share everything. They shared what they ate. They shared knowledge. I gathered, I absorbed, I just read and read and read and looked at pictures and ingredients and recipes. And I learned how to make my own recipes and I learned how to portion my own food. And in 3 months, I dropped to 150 pounds. Also, a lot of my weight loss came from meeting my online coach who I used last year, Kai Bo. You guys can see him on Instagram. I front him all the time. It's at KHAIIIBO. And he taught me everything. It all started with the question, what is fasted cardio? And he explained to me, it's when you do cardio on an empty stomach. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why would you do that? They always say, always eat before you work out. That just seems so wrong. And so I was like, well, he's freaking ripped. I'm like, he's got to know what he's talking about. And the fact that he's helping me, I'm like, I'll take his advice. So I tried it. At the time I had 3 jobs or 2 jobs. I can't remember, but I had a very busy schedule. And I was like, how am I going to fit this in? I'm like, you have to do it on an empty stomach? He said, yes. I was like, oh, well, I'm like, I work at 7. He's like, it's up to you. And to that point, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Excuse my French. I'm going to try it. So I checked what time my gym opened at. 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, damn, that's early. How bad do I want this? Real bad. 5 a.m. it is. So I started doing fasted cardio 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 to 6. Went to work 7 to 4. If I had time before my other job, which started at 5 or 6, I'd go hit the gym and do my weights and then go to work again till 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, and repeat. I did this, and that's how I leaned out the first year. And I couldn't believe I had abs for this whole time. For 22, 23 years, I was told, this is just the way you are, honey. You're never going to be like the other girls. You're not a stick. You're a very big bone girl. That's what I was told. And I was lean, and I was like, my doors opened. I was like, wow, what else can I do that I was told I can't do? So it made me a more positive person. It made me want to reach out to other people. I wanted people to feel as good as I felt about myself. And then after I leaned out that year, I didn't know how to get back to normal. I was so committed to what I had set up for myself. I wasn't balanced. I didn't understand balance. And so I crashed and burned. I got so depressed because I gained back all the weight. I was still working out the same, no cardio as much because I was so sick of doing every day steady state. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm like, treadmill just doesn't look appealing at all, or stepper mill. And so I crashed and burned, and I stopped using my Instagram because I felt embarrassed. I let myself down. I just went into this dark, dark mindset. And then I realized, I was like, you know what? This isn't me. I'm not like this. I can't be depressed. I'm like, I'm a strong girl. I've never like quit and failed completely. I've failed multiple times in life in a lot of different things, but never given up for the final. So I told myself, you know what? Get back up on that horse, or get back up and fucking try it again. So that's what I did. And the first few weeks sucked. But I knew I had so much knowledge from Instagram. I knew I could do it. Also, I had new motivation. Of course, a boy. And so I started trying again. And I succeeded. And so now I have quite a few people, apparently. I don't think it's that much, but I'm thankful for what I have. I have my 4,000 followers that I want to try and help. I want to try and make a difference in your guys' life. I want to try and make you feel good about yourself because I feel good about myself. And that feeling, like I said, it's amazing. And to know that someone else can feel that way about themselves too and change possibly another person's life makes me happy. I'm a really simple person. I like to have fun, but I also like to help others. And this is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and give you guys what you want with carb cycling. I'm going to try doing meal prep. I'm going to do workout routines. I'm going to give you my opinion on supplements. I'm also going to give you my my opinion on whatever you guys want. I'll try. And whatever I know, I'll try and fill it in too. But keep in mind, there's going to be exclusive videos to YouTube and exclusive videos to Instagram. So you guys have to check on both things, because I like doing those 15-second clips, because sometimes I don't have to think about what I have to say, like these long-ass clips where I have to be like, okay, let's try and get this going. And I'm doing this unscripted, so there's going to be a lot of ums, ifs, and buts. But I also tried to edit it a bit. If you notice, I moved around in my house, I changed my hair a little bit. Trying to get creative for you guys. But stay tuned. I haven't decided yet what day I'm going to start posting a video. It will be once a week. I'm going to probably do meal prep this week, just because it's the end of the week that I'll be posting. And food is key. And I try to emphasize that. Consistent diet will get you shredded. It's not the working out. I work out the same. And as you guys have been seeing on my Instagram, it's not changing anything. I can't out-eat a bad diet. I just ate a pack of Pirate Christie's oatmeal peanut butter cookies. They're so good. Not so good for this, though. I'm not as lean. I got a little bit of a belly pack. And you know what? I'm trying to teach you guys something. I don't mind jeopardizing my body. I like my cookies. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Yeah.